The Orlando Magic come into Gotham City and beat the Knicks by the score of 98-94, and Chris and I are here to break it all down. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel and Chris from Knicks Digest. And yeah, let's get right into today's topic. Chris, man, very disappointing loss. Very, very disappointing loss. And we were just talking about, like, who had a good game, because I can't really pinpoint who it is. If you look at the stat sheet, Deuce had the most points, 20 points, shooting 8 of 17 from the field and 4 of 10 from 3. But, like, he had costly turnovers. He missed a lot of bunnies at the rim. So, like, stat sheet wise, you could say he had the best game, but I don't know. He was just very aggressive, but like I said, he was just making turnovers. So, like, what do you think about tonight's game?
I am unable to talk. I'm just gonna go hide in my hat because Tom Thibodeau just put on a clinic on how to get fired for coaching one single basketball game.
Yikes.
And I'm hiding from the fans who are gonna crucify me for that. And I'm not saying he should get fired. I'm saying that Tom Thibodeau massively screwed up this entire game. First of all, look, to answer your question, the best games that were played by the Knicks tonight, it was Deuce, it was Dante DiVincenzo, and it was Hartenstein when he wasn't getting called for fouls because he lightly tapped on someone. But really, look, Deuce had his moments, but he was clearly nervous playing in his final, or his really first game ever of playing closing minutes of a very close game. He's never been in that position before. He looked horrified. They kept dumping the ball off to Julius Randle, who was having a horrific game, channeling 20, what was it? What was the first season he was with the Knicks? 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
Julius Randle. And not Mike Miller, Julius Randle. Fizdale, Julius Randle. Why was he shooting 9 threes? I don't know. Also, why is Tibbs playing OG Anunoby 44 minutes? This is a regular season game. I get it. The Magic are good. Paulo Banchero is very good.
He's going to be a
Julius
stud.
got hurt. Let's not play our guys, especially our third best player as of right now. 44 minutes on a random Monday in January. Let's not do it. I don't want him to be tired. Does Tibbs not remember what he did to Luol Deng?
This is one of my knocks about Tibbs. Like, he's gonna coach his way no matter what, and he doesn't adjust with the times. Like I don't understand that either, and I don't think he's ever gonna adjust the way he coaches. And this is, like, people know that if you play for Coach Tibbs, he's gonna ride you. If you're one of his guys, he's gonna ride you. Look at Noah. Look at who you said: Luol Deng, Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson. Like, there's time and time again, Coach Tibbs does the same exact thing. If he likes you, if you're on his team, he's gonna ride you. He's gonna play you on January 17th in the dog days of the NBA. And it's like, what are you doing, bro?
Also, why do we not have a play for the end of the game? Why do we not have a set play? It's very clear what the Knicks do, and it's give Jalen Brunson the ball at the end of the game. Now, obviously, as we know, Jalen Brunson didn't play. So what does Tibbs do? Doesn't call a play. Just says, well, we can't ISO with Jalen Brunson. Guess we'll ISO with Randle. Because that worked so well in 2021-22 when Alec Burks, the best shooter and most clutch player on that Knicks roster, would inbound the ball to Julius, who would instantly get doubled, who had just played 55,000 minutes in that same game, was clearly exhausted, and then would have to force up a shot between three guys. What happened before the Knicks fouled? Julius hoisted up a shot, didn't hit the rim, threw a double team shot for his ninth three of the game. Why are we putting our players in position to fail? That is what happened. And does it mean Randle didn't have a bad game? No, Randle had a bad game. Randle's clearly better when he's not the only scoring option on a team. Clearly, that's his weakness. That's fine. Usually we have Brunson. Brunson's a better scorer, so it's no worries. Why is Dante DiVincenzo not getting the chance to shoot? I understand he shot 2 for 8 from 3, but I don't care. He shoots 40% from 3 on the year. And then, to top it all off, Markelle Fultz gets the ball when there's 23 seconds left on the clock. He gets double teamed, and instead of fouling Fultz, we let Fultz hold the ball for 2 seconds, throw it to the front court, kill 4 more seconds before we foul Paulo Banchero, who shoots 69% from the line. I understand that's not great for NBA players, but Markelle Fultz shoots, pulling the mic all the way out. Markelle Fultz shoots 40% on free throws this season. Why didn't we just foul him?
I definitely see your point with Coach Tibbs and putting his players in the best position possible. I agree with you there. But I do want to hone in on your boy on your boy Randle. He's our boy, but you're a little bit more of a fan of him. 15 points, and like you said, shooting 9 threes, finishing the game 5 of 18 from the field. Like, again, I understand that he tweaked his ankle, but the Orlando Magic team, they're not one of the Eastern Conference powerhouses. Like, don't you think Julius Randle should have been able to, like, will this team for a win tonight? Tonight only.
He played well against the Mavericks when Brunson was out, so yeah, I do.
He did.
I'm not going to really say anything, but look, did Tibbs put Randle in a position to succeed? No. But did Randle, as you have to do, especially if you're one of the best players on the team and one of the franchise players on the team, did Randle put himself in position to succeed tonight? Absolutely not. And we both know that. If you're Randle, and we've seen the way that he's played this season, for the most part, it's been great.
It has.
Have to know not to shoot 9 threes in a game. It feels like he just started settling. And I do think
because of that ankle.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he didn't want to risk driving in and landing awkwardly and messing it up further, which I don't disagree with. But if you know you're going to have to settle for threes and you're shooting under 30% from 3 and that's not what you're comfortable doing, don't come back into the game, bro. Just don't. Who cares? It's one game. As you said, we're in the dog days of the NBA season. The All-Star break isn't that far away. Yeah, we're close in seeding with the Magic, and this game's going to matter potentially for tiebreakers. The Magic are now 22-8. 23-17. I understand we're all fighting for that 4th seed. The Magic, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Heat, the Pacers. Everyone wants that 4 seed because we know who the top 3 are going to be. And I get it, but also, who really cares? Just sit the game out, dude. You're great and we need you, so don't risk the injury on a January 15th game.
Everybody on the Knicks didn't really have a good game today, so I can't put the whole blame on Randle, so I'm not going to do that. I also want to touch upon one other thing. Precious Achiuwa, I don't know, man. Like, I know it's probably like 5 or 6 games, a handful of games that we could use as an example of like what type of player he is, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing. He's like, I think Dante and Julius Randle, they had great drives down the lane and they literally laid it to him so he could just go up for a bunny and he can't catch the ball. And I'm just like, okay, I understand those are like 2 little examples that I'm giving you, but I'm also just looking at him throughout the game and he just doesn't look confident. He doesn't look like he's in a positions that he needs to be. And I'm still questioning, what type of player are you? Are you a hustling type of player who's going to dive on the floor and get the loose balls? Are you somebody who could create your own shot? Are you somebody that we can like actually maybe run a play and do like a DHO or something? I'm not exactly sure what type of player he is. And he's been, the trade was 2 weeks ago now? So it's like, I still don't know what type of player he is. So, like, what do you see from Precious?
Precious can't seem to find his role with the team, and we can't seem to find what Precious's role is watching the games. But the reason I put 4 fingers up was because I was counting in the Knicks 9-man rotation tonight how many people had more rebounds than Precious Achiuwa, and it was 4 people. It's Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein, as he should, and Randle even as he should.
Right.
Dante DiVincenzo, as he should not.
Wait, can I guess the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to guess Dante. The last one, McBride? No. Hart.
Yep. Josh Hart did. As Josh Hart should not.
Right. Why are we giving those minutes to Jericho Sims?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I know Jericho Sims didn't play great. When he stepped in, completely not warmed up, not prepared, and then the Knicks threw him into the starting lineup and had him try to guard Anthony Davis, which was not the plan for success at all.
It just seems like after he rolled that ankle against, I think it was Denver, I'm not sure exactly what team, but it seems like after he rolled that ankle, it's like, okay, like, you lost your rotation spot, and it's like, like, he had an injury, Tibbs. Like, you had him in the starting position, and now just because he might be a little bit out of rhythm, you just... I don't know, man. So let me ask you this. Okay, so after watching tonight's game, we saw the performances from Malachi Flynn. We saw the performance from Precious. We saw the performance from Deuce. Now, I have not gotten your take on the rumored trade between the Utah Jazz and the Knicks. There's 2 separate trades. I want to know your thoughts. The Kelly Olynyk and Taylor Horton Tucker for the Evan Fournier, and I think it's like a 2027 first-round pick. That trade, it would answer the question as far as a backup big for Isaiah Hartenstein if Mitchell Robinson doesn't come back towards the end of the season, even though there's been optimism that he's going to. Okay, that's the first trade. The second trade is the Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton trade, which would answer the point guard coming off the bench behind Brunson. So, again, after seeing the performances for tonight, what's your feeling regarding those two trades?
I stand by that. I think the Knicks, if they can make a trade for someone to create shots off the bench, they have to do it without giving up a first. Look, as good as this team is, we know they're not winning the NBA Finals because this team clearly, a representation of tonight is that the Knicks run on Brunson. We know that. We know that Brunson is who he is. The team is kind of built around him. He's the best shot creator on the team. The Knicks do need more shot creation, especially on the bench. But in reality, we need all 8 of those first-round picks just in case whoever that guy is. I'm not saying we give up all 8 of them, but I'm kind of weary about giving up a first-round pick right now. And that's kind of what I feel, especially because if we traded a first for Olynyk and Talen Horton-Tucker, we still would have no shot creation on the bench because Talen Horton-Tucker probably would not get minutes on the Knicks whatsoever. We already have Josh Hart. We have Quentin Grimes. Let's be real. Yeah. Quentin Grimes should probably be playing more minutes than Josh Hart, like in recent games. Obviously, I'm looking at tonight's box score, which is the easiest for it to say when Josh Hart shot 2 for 7 and had 4 points and 6 rebounds, but Grimes went 3 for 4 tonight from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. He is a better on-ball defender than Josh Hart. I don't know how Tibbs doesn't see that, but I'm kind of on the side of don't rush into anything, even if it is just getting bench shot creation, if it's going to cost you a first-rounder this year. So we need to see come playoffs what the Knicks actually need when they're using that 8-man rotation of the starting 5 right now, not counting McBride, counting Brunson, and then say Mitch comes back, he's going to come off the bench. I guarantee it. For the playoffs,
as he should, because he's going to be coming off injury, right?
100%. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that he absolutely should and probably play max like 20, 22 minutes, prevent him from injuries. He does have a long injury history. And then it'll be Mitch, Josh Hart, probably Grimes, maybe McBride. And then the other one's going to get like 4 or 5 minutes in a game, and that's it. I don't think a lot of trades are going to change that, and I don't know how I feel about Deuce McBride getting iced out of his minutes after really getting thrown into the fire and playing pretty well. Like, he's been pretty good. Like,
yeah, he has.
8 for 17 and 4 for 10 from 3 with 20 points is not a bad game for a guy who's going to be your backup point guard.
It's not. My answer is like it's tricky because I do agree with you. Like, he's not having bad performances, but there's still instances throughout the game where he's making these mistakes, turnovers, missing bunnies at the rim, and it's only been like 2-3 games that, or maybe a little bit more than that he's been thrown into the fire, like you keep saying. But if you have the opportunity of getting a Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson is an automatic bucket. Automatic. Maybe not from 3, fair, but as far as just like he definitely doesn't need the confidence in order to go out there and just score. Like, and that Deuce right now, like, you could tell that he's very weary of like what he's doing, because if he makes a mistake, you can tell that Coach Tibbs is going to take him out. Which Coach Tibbs, another example, he did that again tonight. I forgot what it was, but I think it was like a hustle play, and I don't know, man. Coach Tibbs is, I don't know, it's up and down. So, okay,
Ryan said that too before, like earlier in the season. He's like, I feel like if I miss a shot, I'm just going to get taken out of the game.
So basically, you're a no for both trades.
I'm a no as of right now. I say go for Malcolm Brogdon. Try to use the fact that his contract isn't expiring and that he's got the injury history to where you could give 2 to 3 second rounders in Fournier's contract. Let the Trailblazers buy out Fournier. Open up $20 million in cap space. Turn around. Again, it's not that Brogdon has a ton of value, but he does have a tradable contract come the summer. Use his contract. Use as many first-round picks as you need. And please, please, please get someone on this team who can play the small forward role. I'm fine with OG as a shooting guard or a small forward. Doesn't really matter to me. But some sort of wing or forward who can just create their own damn shot so it's not just Brunson.
All right, so before we wrap this up, I do have a little exercise that I want to do with you, and for the viewers, this is impromptu because Chris had no idea I was going to do this before recording. But okay, so actually Wednesday is going to be the 41st game of the season. So Wednesday we're going to be halfway through the season. I was looking at the schedule for the Knicks, and I was looking at the next 13 games. The next 13 games, we literally have one away game. It's at Charlotte. We technically have two. But the other one, it's at Brooklyn, so that's a home
That's
game.
a home game. That's a home game.
Exactly. So basically, the point of this exercise is this is going to be a really important portion of the season for the Knicks because we need to stack up these wins. So I'm going to go through the teams, and I want you to tell me straight up W or L, and then I want to see what you think the projected wins loss total will be for the next 13 games for the Knicks.
I love it.
All right. So Wednesday, we're actually at home against Houston.
Coming off this loss, it's a W.
Okay, so you got a W. And then we're at home against Washington.
Better be a W. It's a W.
Better be a W. Yeah, it's a W. Should be a W. Okay, then we're at home against Toronto, which is going to be the RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. What do you think about that game?
I'm gonna say this because I know Raptors fans are watching this video right now, as they do, and are ready to comment. Oh, you guys don't like Achiuwa and Malachi Flynn. See, we robbed you guys in the trade. No, OG's still better than both RJ and IQ as of right now. IQ is going to be the best player in the trade. But also, since, I'll be sitting right next to Ben, I'm going to say, when that game happens, I am just going to say W just to annoy Ben. Okay. And also, the Knicks should win. Like, they should. Good matchup.
And I think Brunson's going to come back for Wednesday's game because they said that he was like a game time decision for tonight. So I think he's going to play on Wednesday. So he should be playing in these games. Okay, then we got the away game at Brooklyn, even though that's a home game.
Everything in me says the Knicks are so much better than the Nets. That should be a W. So I'm going to lean that way, even though I think it's going to be very close.
Okay, so right now you got 4-0. And then we're at home against Denver. Yeah.
Ow.
I'm with you.
The Knicks haven't lost to Denver since 2022. They're due for a loss against the Nuggets. Not having Mitch hurts because Mitch is good against Jokic, so that's an L.
Okay, and then we're at home against Miami.
That just gives me a bad feeling, so I'm just gonna say L. Like I just have a dark cloud when I think of that.
No, I feel you.
Also, Hawkes will probably be back by then, and he killed the Knicks last time. He currently is out with a groin injury, and he'll probably be back by then. So I'm gonna assume that he'll go off.
Okay, so then after that, then it's our first real away game at Charlotte.
That's a win.
Should be a W. LaMelo Ball's back, but it still should be a W.
We smacked them with LaMelo, I believe.
Okay, so then after Charlotte, then we have another home. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 6-game homestand. Like nice. We have the advantage that we have right now with the next 13 games is ridiculous. Okay, so the first game of that 6-game homestand, we got Utah.
We always lose to the Jazz, but I'm gonna say W because I just gave us 2 L's in a row, and the Knicks are a good team after all.
No, you gave us a W with Charlotte, and then it was 2
L's.
Yeah,
Charlotte's not an NBA team.
Okay, then we're home against Indiana, which I think Halliburton will still be out with a hamstring injury, so keep that in mind.
In that case, I would say W, or Halliburton comes back and drops like 50 and 35 on the Knicks.
All right, and then after that, then we're actually home against LeBron and AD.
We're going to lose. It's LeBron and MSG. I don't believe he's lost since Mario Hezonja blocked him.
You think that's an L? The Lakers are a nightmare right now, yo. They're a whole hot mess.
They're a nightmare, but for the first time ever, the people at Knicks Digest who are watching this video are about to see my legs. Or, well, I'm wearing long pants, but they're going to see me stand up.
Oh, LeBron James, St. Vincent, St. Mary. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Because Bron is the GOAT. I will stand by that. But, yeah, no, I think that's an L. The Lakers and the Knicks, like, in all actuality, it feels like a game the Lakers would want to win. The Knicks and the Lakers have been very close in most of the games they've been playing, but it seems like the Lakers seem to keep getting the best of the Knicks. And there's a good chance by then that the Lakers are going to have traded half the roster in a lead GM classic.
Going through this exercise with you is like it's a little difficult because like some of the wins that you have, I'm just like I could easily see us losing that game though. So
no, I feel that way, especially about the game in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Okay, so after the Lakers, then we're at home against Memphis.
Memphis is full of injuries. You gotta assume it's a W.
Yeah, I'm with you. We assume. Okay, then after that, then we're at home against Dallas. I presume that Luka will play in that game.
I'm gonna say an L just because I'm giving the Knicks a lot of W's. At some point, they're gonna be due for a loss.
And then the last game of the 13 game home stand, whatever. Indiana again.
Another game.
You had
See,
them.
this is where
You
it's
had
gonna
them
be tricky
winning.
for me.
You had them winning against Indiana the first time that we did this exercise.
Okay, in that case, then I'm gonna say an L, just because I think that I don't know which one the Knicks are gonna win, but I am pretty convinced that just feels like something that the Knicks are gonna go 1-1 in. Like the Pacers are good. There's a good chance Halliburton could be back by that game. Hopefully he is back. I don't care if the Knicks and the Pacers have a rivalry. I'm not gonna root for Tyrese Halliburton to be injured. He's awesome.
So in those 13 games, you have a record of 8 wins and 5 losses. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the thing is that like those 13 games, we have one legit away game. So like the record should definitely be better than 500, but I just don't know what that record should be because like we just said, it's like the games that we see are W's, we could easily see losing. Like the first game against Houston, you had a W. I would agree with you, but I could easily see us losing that. Washington should be a W straight up. We should not lose that either way. The RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly game, I'm coming home, is a W, but I could also see us losing that game. At Brooklyn, I could also see us losing that game. Denver, I think Denver is just a straight up loss because they're the champs and they have the best player in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Miami, you have it as a loss. I could agree with you, but I could also see us winning that game. Jimmy Butler has like played in like 5 games this season. He literally doesn't care about the regular season.
Oh, of course not.
At Charlotte, you have a W. I could see that. I could see us losing because it's Charlotte. Utah, you have a W. Again, I agree with you, but Utah is one of those teams like they're not playing that bad right now, and they do have talent. Indiana has talent. We could lose that game. The Lakers, you have it as a loss. I could see as a win because they're such a mess. Memphis should be a W straight up, like no argument. Dallas, you have as an L, but I could see as a W. Indiana, same thing. Yeah, man, these next 13 games are gonna be very interesting. If we end up anything below 500, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed because we should not be the next 13 games below 500. That's all I'll say.
Especially when you get this homestand. I mean, like the Knicks need to. It's not that they need to start winning some games, but they've had such a rough schedule to start the year, and they've persevered pretty well so far. That I have a lot of faith in them. So I picked them to go 8 out of 13 on games, like 8 wins out of 13 games. That's 61.5%. I did do the math on this. I'm not just like some human calculator. And then the Knicks have a 57.5 win percentage as of right now. So I don't think I was that biased, but I could see us both winning or losing. Like that's like a give or take 3 games with the Knicks. We're so random. Like we're the most random team. We'll go out there, beat the Nuggets, then lose to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, no, and just tonight's like another example of that. We just lost to Orlando without a Franz Wagner. Without Mo Wagner was on the bench. I don't know why he didn't play, but I like him as a player. He didn't play.
Yeah, Wagner. I met him in a bar once.
Nice. All right, guys. So that's it for today's video. Leave it in the comments. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's game. And also leave it in the comments about the next 13 games that Chris and I just broke down for you. But until next time, we'll check you out on the next video. Peace.